Check.
SPAD.next. Connection established.
Hey everybody, welcome to On the Glide Slope. Sorry for a little bit of a late start here. I realized I didn't have decent ortho scenery going on, and so I had to quickly turn that on and get it running. But we're getting ready to go here. I see we actually have some traffic. I'm going to get the radios running here. Get the airplane started up. Uh-oh, radio's not working. Let's figure out what's going on. There we go. We just lost. We just lost. There we go. 123.45. Radio check, radio check. Well, I've got somebody there, but I can't hear them. See if they're on the PilotEdge stream. Might just be me. Let me see. Oh, there's two of us there. Has me on still 1.8. I'm having trouble with my PilotEdge client. Hi, can I get a radio check? Still not showing me on the right frequency. Disconnect from PilotEdge and see if it works again. Hold on.
Disconnected. Connected to PilotEdge.
Well, if you're watching on the stream, what's happening right now is I'm trying to have PilotEdge pick up my radio client. There we go. Radio check.
Got you 5x5.
Great, sorry for the delay. I was having problems with the client, but we're up and running.
Oh, good. I'm not sure who else here. I've been on the radio for a little bit here. I haven't heard anybody.
Thanks for waiting for me. I appreciate it.
Hey, it's your party.
All right, give me just a second to get the stream chat going, and then we'll go. I've not flown out there before, so this should be a good time. Okay.
Yeah, Roger. I loaded actual weather too, so we should be good.
Yeah, I was a little late because I was actually downloading ortho tiles. Okay.
I got my other machine over there is doing that right now.
Okay, so let's get YouTube up and running. Let's get the chat up and running, that is.
What source did you end one from?
I think I just went with Bing. I was in a hurry. Well, how about you?
Yeah, Bing, B1, same thing.
I was playing with an extended overlay. What's it called? For the distance of the coastline overlap, I extended out to 600 feet and see if I could get some better colors.
Yeah, I've been thinking how far I went out myself. I'm in no hurry. I'm gonna read this other machine too, so be a second.
Roger that. Okay, so if you're watching online, there's two of us here. I'm just gonna pop out the chat here so I can see it. can see we've got a couple people watching, which is great. Looks like we've got pretty decent frame rates going, which is good. Not seeing the chat though. I thought I enabled chat for this video. There it is. Okay. Hi everybody. When we'll be taking off, position and hold. Probably not for a couple more minutes. If you want to join me. Marco, hi, thanks for checking in. Glad to see you. Everybody, taxi into position and hold. If you can wait 2 minutes, I can join. I think you're going to be good if you want to join us taxi into position. I think we'll be able to make that work. Because there's one other person here with me, and he's got some stuff he's trying to get done also, so I think you're probably in okay shape. Okay, and here I can see the chat. Okay, so for those who are tuning in, thanks for joining, thanks for being a little patient. If you guys on the chat could give me a check on my audio quality, I would appreciate it. Today's flight is going to be from Palm Beach County, due east generally to Freeport, Nassau, Bahamas. And I downloaded some ortho scenery for this. And we'll be interested to see how those look. We're running X-Enviro weather, real-world weather. I've got one other person on PilotEdge network here with me. And right now we're talking to each other on 123.45. Thanks, Kane. Glad for the audio quality. Thanks very much. And that's pretty much the deal. There's a VOR at Freeport, so let's see if we can get that working. Yeah, it looks like I have a plug-in that doesn't seem to be working in terms of changing some of my dials. And what's interesting is I had it set up in the settings. Let's look at keyboard here really quick. Plug-in provided. Yeah. Well, so be it. So it goes. I'm a little surprised though. That usually controls the OBS for the VOR. And that would turn my heading bug, and it's not doing it. So I'll probably just be flying using the GPS on the iPad. I'll need to fix that problem. Still, let's get my heading on the heading bug out of here. Looks like I want to fly about 97 magnetic. I had encode these encoders here with a little plug-in to turn these dials, and it doesn't seem to want to work. So that's some problem I've got to have to fix. That's about 97 right there. And again, about probably 40 minutes in flight. Okay, so I'll probably just stay on 123.45 the whole way, so we're just talking to each other in the chat. Hey, I'm going to just stay probably on 123.45 the whole way, just so we can chat, if that's okay with you.
That's Roger.
And what's your call sign?
November 103 Tango X-Ray.
Tango X-Ray. Okay, I'm going under 15 Julie Golf. Okay, so Tango X-Ray. All right, I think I'm ready to go. Let's see if he's ready to go. I'll just do a quick. All right, I think I'm ready to go. You ready to go?
Ready to roll. I'll follow you.
Alright, I'm going to get the weather real quick. Okay. 119.925. No local weather. Okay, according to this, MEDAR is 3022. That's working. Okay, and wind is 120 at 10. Okay, I'm not getting MEDAR in the sim, but I've got it on the iPad. It's saying it's 120 at 10, and I've got 3022 on the barometer.
That's what I've got on 4 flag.
All right. One 120 at 10, is that what I said? All right, so let's depart 10. Head straight out.
Roger that, I'll follow you, let go. You show me in a Warrior?
No, I have you in a Cessna.
10-4.
Okay. Looks like we've got a helicopter over here on the ramp. That's cool. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Yeah, taxi position, you got plenty of time, man. Huh, so we've got some buffering. Okay, well that could be because somebody else in the family is using the internet. So I apologize for that. I'll send a note to the wife. Alright, let's just hold short here. Okay. Nobody coming. Don't text and drive, yeah, no kidding. Okay, so we're working on the buffering. Apologize for that. Same settings I've had before, which worked great. So if it's buffering, it's probably a function of somebody out there is streaming video or something in the house. So I'll work on it. I apologize. Buffering is frustrating. Okay, so again, we're going to just where's Tango X-Ray? He's behind me. Looks like we have one more person who's joined us on the ramp as well. Tango X-Ray, looks like we have a third as well. He's just spinning up. I might give him a minute.
No problem.
Patrick, guten Tag, wie geht's? Yep, so there's 3 of us. Cool. Alright, I'm going to do a run up here. Engine instruments are green. Fuel is good. Magneto left. Right. Back. Throttle back. Control check. Goes up, that goes down.
November 6545 radio check.
5x5.
Now something, guys. Hello.
Welcome. We are just holding short of 1-0 and we'll wait for you to join up.
I've just slid the engine and I will join you in a couple of minutes.
Okay, we'll see you along the way. Okay. All right, I'm ready to go. All right, so I'll depart straight out on 1-0 and then I'll just sort of putter along at maybe 70 knots until you guys catch up from your departure.
Roger that.
All right, where are we? All right, Palm Beach traffic, Skyhawk 15 Juliet Golf departing 09er straight out, Palm Beach. It's actually runway 10 now, but it says 09er on all the scenery. And I was going to go up to maybe like 7,500 feet.
Sounds good.
All right, here we go, full power. All right, RPMs look good. Engine instruments are green. Airspeed's alive on the center line. Rotation. We're off.
Palm Beach traffic, Piper 103 Tango X-ray departing runway 10 straight out. Palm Beach traffic.
Okay. Orthographic scenery that I downloaded. The mesh is from the HD4. We're running relatively high settings. We're getting good frame rates right at 30, which is where I try to have it locked.
Binge traffic November 6545 taking off runway 10 straight up departure. Palm Beach.
Just double checking the MENAR here. Scatter 25, scatter 31. We'll just dodge some of these clouds on the way up. Check our flight plan. Profile. See what kind of winds we're getting. 7,500, 3 knots headwind. It's all about the same. We might as well just go 5,500. Okay. So we're at best climb speed. How is, if you guys on the chat could give me a read, how's the quality of the audio versus the motor? Can you guys hear me okay versus the engine? There we are. Line over coast. Pretty cool. We've got 3 of us flying out there together. Yeah, I'll have to do some troubleshooting and get this to work. I think that's a SPAD next thing, but I was running it through a Fly with Lua snippet of code to make the rotary encoder turn faster. These are supposed to make my heading bug change, which it's not, so I'll have to get that figured out. Noise is a bit loud relative to your voice. Okay, let me adjust that. How's that? Is that better? Let me know. Okay, so let me know if that helped with the motor volume of the sound. Actually, let me know how that worked. That might be better. Still learning how some of the sound configuration works on this thing. Check, check, check. Better. Flight plan, Moulet, is we're flying from Palm Beach to I'm off track. We're flying from Palm Beach to Freeport, Bahamas. Nice thing about flying over ocean is you get good frame rates. A couple of clouds here we need to dodge. Oh yeah, the question about the screen. Flight Advanced. It's not an. It's just not. It's not an elite screen. Anything. It's just a cheap screen that I got at the local computer store. It's not any different than any other projection screen. There's nothing special about it really. A little bumpy up here. All right, we're going to be looking for 103 Tango X-ray in a second. A little bumpy up here today.
Yeah, I hadn't hit them yet. You flying through that cloud cover?
Yeah, I'm bobbing and weaving through them.
I have a lost visual with you. I should be to your right there.
Yeah, I'm looking for you.
Uh, 1-5, you got us pretty good back there?
I can see on the. I can see on ForeFlight. I don't see a visual yet. I think clouds are in the way.
Yeah, I've got you in visual. I just have to take care of the engine. I'm running the REP package for the Skyhawk, so the engine was not pretty hot, so I'm trying to keep it safe for the moment.
Yeah, see, I started to load up the REP, and then I thought, I don't need that hassle when I'm trying to manage everything else up here today.
Okay.
I'm getting up on top of these guys at about 5,000.
You gonna level off 5,000? I'm sorry.
No, I was going up to 7.5, but I'm just saying I'm on the top of the cloud deck. It's about 5K, at least in my sim.
Roger, that's what I show. I'll head up to 7.5 too.
I figure just more gliding distance in case something bad happens.
Just give us time on our life jacket.
Right. And just a reminder to you guys, I am streaming this live on YouTube.
Roger that, we're famous.
I think we have 12 viewers. Okay, we're getting up on top of this cloud deck. So I wonder if I should be, yeah, ceiling is about 5, Captain Floyd. Wow. Ouh, that's a lot of flights. No, we're not going IFR, we're just going VFR. I just bopped and weaved through those clouds on the way up, and when we get out toward Bahamas, it's a better situation. Let's see, the MEDAR right now there is showing scattered at 2. Grand Bahama. Okay, so we're making our way up. I'm trying to get visual. He's 500 above me. See if I can see him. I can't, not yet. Hello, Stephen, watching from Northern Ireland. That's great. Okay, 6,500. If I let go of the controls, you can see how much the airplane is moving around right now. We're getting great frames because there's nothing below us but the ocean. Tango X-ray, are you in a Warrior or an Archer or an Arrow?
It's at Just Flight Warrior.
Yeah, that's a sweet aircraft. I've had fun flying that. It looks fantastic in VR. Okay.
Yeah, I love the way this thing flies.
Real Pilot. Hey, Mr. X-Plane, thanks for checking in. Real Pilot, am I?
I just
yes.
hit 75. I'm just below this cloud layer.
So you're showing below at 75. I'm showing above at. I'm at 7.2 right now. I still don't have any visual on you. I'm gonna get really close. Are you using? Oh, I've got you. Are you using X-Plane?
Yeah, explain.
Since they've updated the CSLs, it's so much harder to see traffic. It's just like the real world. Okay, am I? Yes, PilotEdge, Mr.
Yeah, they
X-Plane.
shouldn't. It's gonna be a sim, you know.
Yeah, I am a student pilot, so I'm about probably 6 flights away from taking my check ride. My next flight will be a solo cross country. Okay, let's lean the airplane. There we go. Let's try to catch him. Fly in formation with him. I've lost him now. Is this X-Plane or FSX? This is X-Plane. Honda. Yes, I'm trying to form up with Tango X-Ray, who's in front of me. Trying to catch him. I had him on visual, and then there's another aircraft just behind us, so there's actually 3 of us on this flight. Where is he? We are flying to the Bahamas from Palm Beach. Not nearly as bumpy up here at 7,500 feet. Looking for the traffic. Getting closer. I'm about 1.5 miles in trail right now.
The ForeFlight shows you right in prop wash, but I can't see you.
Yeah, mine shows me about 1.5 miles behind you.
Yeah, that's the way I hear. It's interesting.
I had you for a second, I could see your strobes. If you slow 10 knots, I'll catch you. Video card, yeah, don't crash, we won't. What video card CPU setup am I using? I'm using a 980 Ti. If you want all the details, there's
Are you guys able to make the 75,000? 7,500 feet?
Roger that, we're at 7,500 feet.
Okay, because I'm reaching the sailing here.
Yeah, for me, 7,500 is above it. For Tango X-Ray, it was below it. In Tango X-Ray, I have you visual now. I'm coming up. I'm going to come up on your left wing.
Roger that.
So he's right here. I can see his strobes. Breaks the illusion to see your shadow on the screen, doesn't it? So yeah, if you Honda, if you go to the website www.ontheglideslope.net, I have all the details there in terms of the video and CPU. The CPU is a i6700 that is overclocked to about 4.6, and the sorry, I'm trying to fly and talk at the same time. The GPU is a 980 Ti, which I have overclocked about 80 megahertz. I was catching him. I was catching him, come on. Formation flying isn't something I've done a lot of. It's like the other airplane barely moves until you're right next to it, and then it's like really moving. Oh, just moved him a lot. All right, there he is. You should see me now.
Yeah, I got you, big.
All right, I'm going to slow to 105 knots. trim for 105. Turbulence. Smooth until a second ago. Okay, we're about 105 knots. Thanks, Honda. It's been a labor of love. I love it. I've been playing a lot of VR recently, but it's always fun to be in the cockpit. I lost my altitude here. Tango X-ray, I lost you on ForeFlight traffic.
Interesting, I've got you right here.
Oh,
in front of me on ForeFlight.
You're back. Okay, so in flight, we're about 25 minutes out, 45 miles or so. From a descent planning perspective, we're at 7,500 feet, and we'll want to get down to probably 1,000.
That's cool.
We'll want to get down to about 1,000 feet. Yep, 1,000 feet. So we're going to need to lose 6,500 feet of altitude. We estimate we're going about 100 knots through that process. Then 6,500 feet is going to be 13 minutes. 13 minutes at 100 knots is going to be about 20, 21 miles. So in about 7 minutes. And direct to about 95 magnetic. There we go. And METAR, the weather for Freeport, is going to be 119.275. Oh, that's why. I was trying to get the METAR at Freeport back on the ramp when I was looking at the wrong airport. I don't think, right? It's not 119.275, is it? That's 2925. What is it here? No. 119.275. Okay, so clouds, ocean. That's pretty much what we've got to look at. We're holding right about 9,500 feet. There's 3 of us on the flight. We look at the stream and see how we're doing in terms of buffering and the rest. Looks like it's doing pretty well. I've tried to get everybody off the internet in my house. So I wrote yesterday for the blog a relatively lengthy piece. It's about 3,500 words, answering the question I'm getting all the time of which do I prefer, the VR or the sim cockpit, the actual physical cockpit. And it's a complicated answer, which is why I took that much time to answer it. But the bottom line is that it is a function, I think, of what you're trying to do. And I love them both. And but I appreciate that for most people on YouTube, they prefer to see the physical cockpit. That this is easier to watch. It doesn't make you seasick, and you can see me. And I feel probably the same way. I think that in terms of YouTube videos, this is a better thing to do. And so I'm going to keep doing it and try to make the videos that I put online to be mostly this cockpit. But in terms of my own flying, I prefer the VR most of the time. I mean, this experience right now in VR would be pretty awesome, just because of the visuals and how they work. But certainly for streaming and chatting with you guys and being on PilotEdge and the rest, this is a lot easier just in terms of managing my iPad and ForeFlight and everything else. But with Oculus Dash, I've been able to pull that stuff inside the virtual cockpit, and it works really pretty well. I wonder how soon I'm going to get my weather update on Xenviro. Let's just check that setting real quick. Every 5 minutes. Okay, well, at some point here, it's got to pick up the Freeport MEDAR, which is different. It's showing scattered at 2. Winds 160 at 3 knots. That would mean coming in on 06. There was a weather update. This stutter right here is a weather update. Cloud up here I want to miss. Frames, I got the question about frames. Right now I'm running 50 frames a second, but that's not very reliable to go by because I've got there's no scenery around here. I mean, it's just ocean. These clouds take up some pretty good bandwidth, and I'm running at a pretty high anti-alias setting, which I can back off as one way to kind of get things to be balanced and stable from a performance perspective. But I try in this rig, I try to get about 3K or 330 frames per second around most places. LAX is the only place, Los Angeles, where I really have to back the sliders off. I run second highest on objects. Okay, so for the descent, we're probably going to have to pick our way through a cloud or two. Formed up, yeah, we're formed up. We were side by side for a second. He's a little bit behind me now, and our other pilot is a little off to the back left quarter, because he is he's running the REP realistic package for the Cessna, and so he was working to get his muppeter at the right engine temperature and oil temperature. I just fired up the default and hit go. All right, so we're going to come up to about 20 miles here. Start thinking.
Watching you now, that's pretty cool.
Did you say you're watching YouTube now? I think
what the fuck? Yeah, watching YouTube now, and I notice your weather looks a little different than mine. Are you running a plug-in?
Yeah, I'm running Xenviro. You're running default?
Yeah, I'm using soft clouds though. Yeah, default with clouds. Roger that.
Are the soft clouds volumetric?
No, not that I can tell.
I got to tell you, in VR, the volumetric clouds, the default clouds, are pretty incredible. I mean, they don't have the detail of another package, but like flying overcast and through the clouds, like feels like you're flying overcast and through the clouds. It's really pretty amazing.
And that's with X and O.
No, that's just the default, but default in VR rather than in the VR headset.
Roger that.
Okay, so 105 knots, 7,500 feet, right where we're supposed to be. We're now about 25 miles out from Freeport. If we were to turn on our glide option, we still can't get there, but we can almost get to West End Airport if we really needed to up here. The glide advisor in ForeFlight is telling me that we'd get close enough to West End Airport that they'd at least be able to recover our bodies pretty easily.
I got enough food. That's 5 or 6 days here.
Where are we landing? We're landing at Freeport Airport. Well, I fly out of Tampa Bay in real life, and I did a bunch of reading on ditch procedures on Friday, and it depressed the heck out of me. It's not something I ever want to do. Okay. All right, descent planning. I'm gonna start going down 500 feet a minute. Let's get the Freeport weather. .275. Not picking it up. Okay. Let's see here. Looks like the METAR is how high are we? We're 7,500 feet. You bet, Sydney. Thanks for checking in. METAR schedule 600. Also 3020.
I'm just going to circle off starboard side here.
Y4. There's a pretty good cloud to get down under. All right, I have a hole here. I'm gonna slip down underneath these clouds while I have a chance. Chance to practice a descent. Apply a forward slip. If we're flying a real emergency descent procedure, we would be flying S-turns at about 120 knots. I can see a ship down there. I can see, but we don't have to fly an emergency descent. Cut the throttle completely, which is actually what we would do in an emergency descent procedure. Okay. All right, I can see land.
Have you already started to descend now?
Yes, I've begun my descent, and because of the cloud coverage, I had a hole I could get through, so I've gone down pretty quickly. I'm already at 4,500 feet.
Okay, Roger. Are you able to pick up the ATIS? Because apparently I can't do on my side.
No, I had no ATIS come up on the radio, but I checked it, and it is, let me check it current. It is scattered at 2,000, altimeter 3020, winds are 160 at 3. So even though we could do a straight in on 06, I'm probably going to make a downwind entry into it.
Okay, Roger that.
Actually, it's a direct crosswind, so I don't know what it's showing in here. Let me check the X-Enviro, see what it's telling me I've got. 160 at 3 knots, scattered 2,000, it's exactly right. All right. So I'm going to come around and make left traffic into 06. That's going to be my plan. Here are the Bahamas in front of us. This looks really great, I have to say. What's the problem? Fuel leak or practicing emergency? No, I just had a hole in the clouds, Floyd, so I wanted to get down through the hole. And since I was going down, I thought I might as well just practice an emergency descent. Music man, no, I'm not. I'm not using triple head at all. I'm just using the default monitor settings in X-Plane. Really easy. Okay, we'll come down to 2,000 feet. We can almost get to the coast if we had a problem here, thanks to the glide advisor. And again, we're going to make left traffic into 06, so I'll make a call here. Where are we now? 5 miles. We're 13 miles out. Almost 10 miles out. The airport's down in here. Just run along about 80 knots. Let those guys catch up. Yes, all three are plugged directly into my 980 Ti, and then I've used the different camera settings in prepared and in X-Plane the way that you can configure different. If you guys want to see the view out the windows here, I'll get out of the way. You can configure different. Basically the perspective of each viewpoint and align your views that way. So I set the water masks at about 600 feet on ortho when I burned these tiles today, and I get nice Caribbean shorelines. I wonder if I could go out even farther. There's no reason you couldn't set them to 1,000, I guess. It just makes your tiles bigger, but when there's so much ocean, it doesn't really matter. Okay. Grand Bahama traffic, Skyhawk 15 Julie Golf 10 miles west, inbound, be making a 45 degree for left traffic into 06. Report. Or Grand Bahama. Just practice the call so those guys know what I'm doing. Okay, we're going to fly kind of parallel to our original path here. Hello from Tokyo. Good to see you. Yeah, so really nice visuals here. I'll make it so you can sort of see the coastline.
1-5, have a visual on me.
Negative, I have you behind me. You want me to turn and see if I can see you?
I can see you, Juliet Gulf. That's 1-5 I'm looking for.
Oh, roger. Since I'm 1-5 Juliet
I see him
Golf.
on 4 flight off your left side there.
I'm just doing a quick turn here to show some of the scenery on screen. Alright, so here you can see when I set the masks for the ocean to 200, how the coastline works, how it looks. Looks nice. So that 200, it's about 1 meter per unit.
Bahama, traffic, Skyhawk November 65415, altitude 2,500, 10 miles west. Looking for 45 left downwind entry for runway 07, Grand Bahama.
I got you inside 1-5.
Yeah.
Okay, let's pick up some speed here. Alright, I'll pick up some speed so you guys aren't right on top of me. Yeah, so the mangroves and stuff showed up really well with the ortho by doing that. And it looks really cool off the side.
Grand Bahama Pacific is a Piper 103 Tango X-ray 10 miles west. Inbound full stop. We'll enter left downwind runway 645. Bahama traffic.
Hey Floyd, where are you from in Utah? I grew up in Salt Lake City. Where are we now? We're 7 miles out. We're going to keep going down to 1,000 feet. No, I did the practice cross country and got my endorsement. Actually, after a bunch of pattern work, I did it Albert Whitted on Friday, so my next flight will be my real cross country if weather and schedules allow. I live in Tampa now. So there are a couple places where it tried to make the mask not be underwater, you can see, but overall I think the effect is pretty good. Coming down to 1,000 feet. Grand Bahama traffic, Skyhawk 15 Juliet Golf 4 miles west, northwest. Going to be maneuvering for the 45 entry into 06. Downwind, left traffic. Grand Bahama. Okay. The airport is right there. Keep coming down. I'm trying to go fast because I got these guys right behind me. Pause my stream, that might save you guys some frames. Okay, heading bug, let's get it set to 06. Okay, mixture rich, fuel pump on, landing light on, tanks to both. Flaps are up. And 1,000 feet. Huh, yeah, sorry about that, Jay. It must be a network thing. You know, I told everyone to get off the network. I think my son is playing the game on the Xbox, and even though it's not...
Hammer traffic, I've number 65415,
he's not
3
playing
miles
online. I think it's probably
west
still
of the field
in the
and
network,
looking
or
for
might be downloading an
45
update or
degree
something like that.
entry for the left downwind
So
runway
I'll fix that
06,
for next time.
Grand Bahama.
Okay. Grand Bahama traffic, Skyhawk 15 Juliet Golf is turning into the 45 for left downwind entry into 06 Grand Bahama. Okay, coming around. Keep her coming. Don't descend. There we go.
Berto, I have my I ratings with PilotEdge.
Grand Bahama traffic, 15 Juliet Golf is entering on the left downwind off the 45 for 06 Grand Bahama.
Grand Bahama traffic, Skype number 65415, turning for 45 left degree, entry left downwind runway 06, Grand Bahama.
Coming in just about halfway down the field, which is okay for a 45. Start making our turn onto the downwind. Grand Bahama traffic, 15 Juliet Golf is now on the left downwind 06 Grand Bahama. This is where virtual reality gives an edge because you can judge this sense of space much better. Now, that wind's coming out of 10, so we've got almost a direct crosswind. Wait, where's it coming from? I didn't write it down.
Grand Bahama traffic, Piper 103 Tango X-ray.
160.
Be turning into 45 on the left downwind runway 06.
Yep, so it's coming from 160, so we've got pretty much a direct crosswind here.
Following the Cessna 15 Grand Bahama traffic.
Okay.
Grand Bahama traffic, Skype number 65415, turning left downwind runway 06 for full stop landing. Would be number 2 behind Juliet Golf. We have him in sight, Grand Bahama.
There we go. Okay, we're at our landing point. Throttle back to about 1700 for this airplane. Mixture rich. First bunch of flaps. Fuel pump, landing light, that's all ready to go. Fly the airplane downhill, trim for about 80 knots.
Grand Bahama traffic, Piper 103 Tango X-ray, entering left downwind runway 06 at 45. Grand Bahama traffic.
80 knots. Grand Bahama traffic, 15 Juliet Golf, turning left base 06, Grand Bahama. I like to land this baby with only 2 notches of flaps. Little power. right into the headwind. I want the right wing down on the landing. Next notch. Grand Bahama traffic, 15 Julie Golf, turning final for 06, Grand Bahama.
Grand Bahama traffic, 10 Tango X reporting midfield. 06 left downwind. Number 2 behind the 15 Cessna.
There we go, right on the slope. Now let's get lined up.
Grand Bahama traffic has got November 6 5415 turning left base
Remember, it's
runway
not much of a
06
crosswind, it's only 3 or 4
Grand Bahama.
knots. Are we trimmed here? 70 knots, good. A little more downward trim. Fly back to the runway. Middle marker. .69 knots, which is good. Should have landed long given where the rollout is. Grand Bahama traffic, 15 Julie Golf is going to land long to avoid the runway incursion for the rear, the traffic behind. I think there's a
Grand Bahama traffic has got November 6515 turning short final runway 06 Grand Bahama.
Grand Bahama traffic, 103 Tango X-ray turning left base runway 06.
Flaps up. Flaps up. Oh, I pushed the wrong flap handle. Oh no! The brakes. Turn the airplane. There we go. I've got a switch on here for that. I thought this was a taxiway. I don't think this is a taxiway. No, this is not a taxiway. All right, well, be advised, what I have treated as a taxiway is in fact a sidewalk.
Roger, I can see you.
Oh, that's funny. All right, well, so it goes. I really didn't want to have them go around.
X-ray turning on final for runway 06 Bahama traffic.
So this is the fire station. We'll just taxi around it. Sorry, guys. Excuse me. That was funny. Yeah, well, I went long on purpose, Marco, because I wanted, these guys were right behind me and I wanted to get off the runway as fast as possible so they wouldn't have to go around. I wanted to get off the runway so quickly that I actually taxied off on a sidewalk, or actually the roadway that leads to the fire station. Right. Grand Bahama traffic, 15 Julie Golf is well clear of 06, taxiing to the ramp, Grand Bahama. Okay, beacon still on, strobe, landing lights, fuel pump. Okay, so that was our quick flight over to the Bahamas. It was fun. Hope you liked it. Sorry about the quality of the stream. I do believe somebody somewhere in the house was probably hitting the internet.
Grand Bahama traffic number 65415, we are clear of the FTA and taxiing to the ramp. Grand Bahama.
And it was fun to do this with 3 folks. And one of the nice things about PilotEdge is that you can do group flights anywhere really that you want with a couple of moderate exclusions anytime you want. So even though the towered control service, the ATC services for the Western U.S. or Los Angeles Air TCC, if you wanted to get some buddies and take off and fly the Grand Bahama and fly together and talk together and see each other online, you can do that. It's part of the package, and that's a nice thing. I like to do that every once in a while. Just go right over here. So we saw some pretty scenery along the way, some nice clouds. We, for a little bit, saw some of the Bahamas. I think I can increase that water mask out even further. I mean, it's just building a bigger tile. so I'm not really concerned about tile space. So I don't see any reason that I wouldn't do that. Here, we can park here and watch these guys come in next to that Avanti.
Graham Muhammad traffic, Power 103 Tango X-ray clear runway 06, taxi via Bravo.
Here come our buddies. I can see the one right there. There's 415. Okay, see if there's anything else here. Thanks for the Captain Flam, appreciate it. Kane, thanks very much. Everybody, thanks for watching. And it's fun. Group flights are a lot of fun. I hope to see you guys on the next stream. And if you have questions about the simulator, here comes one of our buddies taxiing up. If you have questions about the stream or about the simulator, how it works, any of the settings, you can certainly just go to www.ontheglideslope.net, and there's all kinds of information there that can help you understand what I do and how I do it. And there's a quick weather update. And here comes Tango X-ray coming down the taxiway also. And just in time for me to get on with the rest of the day. I'm going to go to the baseball game today. It's a little spring training baseball. How much did it all cost for this? I have not kept track. There's quite a few posts about costs and the rest on the website. I mean, really the biggest expense, more than anything else getting started, is here comes Tango X-ray up the side. The biggest expense is, I'll pan this over so you guys can see this. The biggest expense is the hey guys, thanks. That was a blast. I hope we can do another one. The biggest expense is the PC.
Yep,
and the
that
projector.
was cool. I passed the most of the flight in trying to catch you up because I was pretty late behind you.
Yeah, next time we'll circle for you so you have time to get that motor warmed up.
Yeah, because I know that with rep, if you push too hard on the engine when it is cold, it just simply quits.
Yeah, in fact, I think it's a little more sensitive than the real thing.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, thanks very much.
Roger that. Guys, had a great time.
All right, thanks again, guys. See you on the next flight. Everybody, thanks for watching on the Glide Slope.
We'll see you. Bye-bye.